Good morning, day 115, 6:15 a.m. and this is the Warwick Drive-in. Down below the drive-in there on the hill is the grocery store, which is beautiful. And then you can see all the hikers who are allowed to camp here. Joe's hammock's way down on the end. And then my church here, Obi and Winter are here, and there's Professor. So, just all trying to get the day started. Joe and I are going to go do laundry and do a little resupply. I have done some resupply, but not enough. We've got 2.5 days into the next town where we're going to be able to zero, which will put us on the trail for 7 straight days. We're trying to make Lee, Massachusetts by July 18th, so I can celebrate my anniversary with my wife, and Winter and Obi's in-laws are coming to meet them from Texas, and Joe and Professor are gonna spend 2 days just doing their own thing. Joe's birthday is on the 20th, and Professor's birthday is on the 16th, so I think they're gonna celebrate with just relaxation. All right, as we get views today, we will cross the New York-New Jersey border for the last time today, and we'll just be in New York. Good morning, everybody. Day 115 on the Appalachian Trail, and exciting news for me. We are crossing the New Jersey-New York border for the last time. It goes back and forth a little bit here, part of today, but we will cross over into New York, which is my home state. And that's really exciting. It is hot today, 10 degrees hotter than yesterday, but there was a breeze at the top of the hill, so I hope that lasts. What else? We're making miles. We're doing pretty good. We're almost averaging 100 miles a week, so looking forward to meeting my wife for our anniversary up trail a bit and spending some time with her. Haven't seen her since I left our home for this hike, and just really excited to see her. What else? Trail is a little different. We're walking on boardwalks and routes this morning, cross streams, but having stayed at the Warwick Drive-in last night was a nice treat, but not a sleep treat. Maintenance did what they had to do until almost 2 in the morning, cleaning up, securing the place. So they're driving around on gravel driveways and stuff. So that was not such a treat. But anyways, cool to backpack camp at a drive-in. All right, got to get. This is the trail this morning. I'm going to walk around because Joe just went ankle deep in mud over there. It went in pretty deep. So, and with the heat, the mosquitoes are deciding to make their presence known. So, anyways, as I always say, the trail is an adventure every day. You can never know what you're going to get. So, all right. Hey everybody, this is my friend Metal, and he's got a cool story of his own, like everybody else. Metal, what brought you to the trail?
I just got out of a long relationship. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and the time was just right.
Yeah, and I think the first time I ran into you, JJ had run into you early on, but you were going to a wedding in Cancun or someplace?
I went off trail for 17 days and went to Cancun.
That sounds horrible, man. That sounds horrible. What'd you think of staying at the Warwick Drive-in last night?
It was legit.
It was good up until they closed up at night at 1 or 2 in the morning driving around. Yeah. Well, I want to tell you, it's been cool being around you. I think you have a great personality, very friendly, helpful, and I think everybody around you likes you. So that's something to be said. Personality is everything. All right, brother. Gotta get. Hey everybody, roll on here, and JJ and I are hiking, and we just did a little interview with Metal. So I want to have this brother-sister duo introduce themselves. How about sister introducing herself?
My name is Eagle.
Eagle, and Eagle's been traveling a lot with Metal, right?
Yes.
Yep. And who's this fine-looking gentleman?
This is Wes, my
I'm
brother.
Wes.
Hi Wes, how are you, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Wes brought you to the trail.
I always want to do part of it.
Yeah?
So I'm a sectional couple, see how I like it, and then
Cool.
maybe eventually I'll do the whole thing.
Cool.
Yay.
I used to hike a lot growing up, so.
Okay. I hope you do the whole thing, because it's a special. How about you, Eagle? I've never really stopped to talk to you and ask you your story. What's your story?
About why I wanted to do the trail.
Yeah.
I read a book when I was little, like young, that always just kind of, it was about this girl who was hiking the Appalachian Trail that just kind of always stuck with me. So wanted to do it since then, had been talking about it for years, told him at dinner once, and he was like, no, don't do that. Don't quit your job. Things have changed since he's out here visiting me now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's
Well,
pretty much
it's cool. I just want to say thanks. You've always been kind when I've run into you. You
Oh,
and Metal are
sure.
always really nice people, and your
So
brother.
you're always hooking us up with trail magic.
Yeah, and I think your brother seems like a super nice guy. I hope it's what he's hoping for today.
Yeah,
I do think his pack is a little heavy on the bottom,
It's a little heavy.
but that's a learning curve we all went through. I could tell you a ton of stuff that I sent home. So.
Yeah, right.
All right, gotta. Okay, we're in about an hour to our hike, and this is as close as we've gotten to a view. Kind of stagnant stream and a little bridge, but fortunately, there is a little bit of a breeze, and in the forest it's a little cooler generally than it is in the sun. So that breeze has made it tolerable this morning, and you can see the trail is fairly rock-free. So. Back to normal in a sense, as much as it can be. All right, we gotta get. As you can see, the trail from New York, or excuse me, New Jersey into New York, is not giving up its dead lightly, and we are having to climb up some rock faces, but we're making progress. That's all that matters. All right, gotta get rolling. Okay, I'm without my pack because JJ had a slip and fall just a minute ago, but this is where we're gonna go up next. Now, I know it's part of the trail, but it just makes it dangerous with a backpack. And the rocks are sweaty, and you know, all sorts of things go into it, but I've already thrown my poles up there so we can get our bags up there, and then hopefully JJ's arm will be okay. He's got quite a nice long scratch on it from the stone. Okay, this is kind of a big deal to me. We are entering New York State. There's south. This is the state line between New Jersey and New York. And there's the North AT. So now I'm standing full on in New York for the rest of the time. No switching back and forth. Sad news is that JJ's in front of me, and he had a slip and a fall probably 200 yards before that state line, and cut up his arm pretty good. Scrapes. Fell down onto the rock, which was sweaty and wet, and then bore all of his weight on the arm as he slid down. So we tried to do as much trail fixing as we could. He's a pretty tough cookie, but it looks pretty darn sore. So I'm worried about that. And let him hike ahead a little bit so he can deal emotionally with it on his own. He wasn't going to do that while I was around. So anyways, we've entered what is, I believe, our 9th state, and we have 14 total to do. So we have 5 left: Connecticut, Mass, Vermont, New Hampshire, and then on to Maine. Hard to believe that we've hiked all the way from Georgia to New York, and at one point here will be 35 miles north of New York City. So all right, I see JJ stopped up ahead, so I'm gonna go.
New shoes tomorrow.
Cool beans, New Jersey and New York.
Fucking wait.
JJ, you want to step over into New
I
York?
have like 760 miles.
You already did several times? Okay. All right. Okay. You never know where you'll find American flag. Here at the top of the mountain, I believe we're walking along a big old lake. I think it's Greenwood Lake State Park, and if I might be mistaken, but I thought that this was a spot where you could see New York City. All right, to quote a commercial, I love New York for a great vacation. Anybody that's my age remembers the sales pitch that they had back in the late 80s, early 90s. All right, okay everybody, we're on one of the steep rock faces here in New York, and my next climb and JJ's next climb is up this rebar that's screwed into the rocks. And it's different backpacking than I thought I was getting into. All right, okay, you can see JJ climbing the rebar. This is not the backpacking I was expecting. Okay, I'm not sure what New York's trying to prove, but we've only been in New York, I'm gonna say 5 miles. And at least every mile, there's something like this. I went all the way through Georgia and there was only one of these. And that was over 100 miles. Something's wrong. Okay, let's see here. 20 to 2, and we're about a mile out from what they call Creamery down this way, which is, for everybody else, an ice cream stop. And it's 0.1 off trail, so we'll be making a stop there, getting a rest, getting out of the sun, getting hydrated, and then prepping, because we do have to do I think another 7 miles this afternoon. Maybe it's less than that, but enough miles to just make you miserable on a hot summer day. The trail is taking us off the ridge though, and as you can see, not very stony, pretty pleasant. When you're in the shade, it's reasonably nice. Just the dehydration piece that hits you today, and it's all the hikers, even the young folks who usually pass me up, are dogging it today. So anyways, get down there. We also have to clean up Joe's cuts. Got cut up pretty good this morning on a slip on the rocks. Just a sweaty rock on a shelf that looked like it was grippable by shoes, and came down hard enough to put a small hole in his pants. So he's got a pretty good sized bruise on his right elbow. I imagine his rear end is bruised up pretty good too, and then his arm is all road rashed. So we need to clean that up and get him some bandages or whatever on it. So all right, gotta get. Okay, here we are at the Creamery that I was talking about, and you can see the hikers are just trying to get some shade, and there's a pretty good line here of people locally. And everybody's just trying to get some ice cream to cool off. I think it's Bethel Farms Creamery. So here's an example of their menu, and hopefully I'll be able to get in line here and get something. All right. Strangely enough, I've never filmed one of these guys, and they're all over the trail. That guy's in a hurry. Gotta get. We just took an hour-and-a-half break at the Bellevale Creamery, and now we're hiking to our destination for the night, which is, well, it was 5 miles. We're down to 2.6, but we climbed up to this nice view and pinnacle, and I'm pretty sure we're going to go over these next 2 mountains to get to our distance. But anyways, getting closer.